Hi team, it's Vaughn here to talk to you about what you're going to be doing with the sub today. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I know that you guys have been working really hard on your comparative analysis. So today is a day for some of you to get caught up because I know that there is a huge chunk of reading that is assigned for you that's due on Tuesday, Wednesday. So the first thing that I'd like you all to do is to make sure that you have these two handouts. So if the sub has not handed out this packet, if you can make sure that you have it. You should also have your character chart handout because that's the other thing that you're going to be working on today. Okay, first things first is that you're going to take a moment to look at this packet that says existentialism and Persepolis. You're going to make sure that you've done the reading up to page 197. And then I want you to think about what Margie is like as a character so far in the book. And I want you to think about also what are some things that she's struggling with her identity as she makes the adjustment from Iran to Austria. So when you're done thinking about that, so when you've read to page 197, when you've also thought about what Margie's character is like so far, and then also some of the difficulties that she has been having as she adjusts from Iran to Austria, I want you to write that here. So the instructions do not explicitly tell you that. So I'm going to say it one more time here. When you're done reading to page 197, I want you to think about who Margie is as a character. And I also want you to think about what some of the difficulties it is that she's facing as she makes the adjustment from Iran to Austria. So there's plenty of examples that are included. I want you to think about like whether or not she is living authentically and telling the truth about herself and the difficulties that she's facing in the moment, or whether or not she's hiding parts of herself. And then also make sure to include an explanation of why you think it is that she's hiding those different parts of herself. Okay, other than that, oh, sorry. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to take a moment to look at this drawing here. There's no wrong answers for this. This is up to your interpretation. You're going to take a moment to look at it and you're going to come to a conclusion about what is happening here. So like, what's the main point of this drawing? What is this drawing attempting to tell us about human behavior and then also maybe responsibility and the ideas of good and bad? I want you to come up with a conclusion. Tell me what you think is going on here. What's the point? What is being suggested about humans? Okay, other than that, next week, you guys are going to be completing this handout with me as I walk you through it, but I wanted you to just get through those two things. So tell me what Margie's character is like as she's making that adjustment, and then also draw some conclusions about this drawing down here and what it suggests about human behavior. Okay, with the remaining time in class, you guys have two other things that you're going to be working on. So remember that you need to read to page 245 in your book. So that's about 45 pages of new reading if you are caught up to page 197, and do the notes. So notes papers are in the front of the classroom as you guys are used to. And then also, if you happen to finish that early, if you can get started with this character chart to make sure everything is aligned in your head. Especially as we dive into book number 2, there's all these new characters that are being introduced. So I want you to have this handout just for your reference for when we go back and we write our essay, and maybe you choose to write something about the very first book. If you could just make notes, and they do not have to be complete sentences at all, make notes about their importance to Satrapi as you move through the character chart. All right, I think that's it. Email me if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer them. But more importantly, be nice to the sub, be nice to each other, and then be nice to yourself. Have a good weekend. I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye, team.